Okay guys, let's import the visualization library called Seaborn. So I'll import Seaborn as SNS. So it is taking some time, which it should not, but let's see. Once we have the library imported, yeah, there we have the library imported. Now we can go ahead and build a visualization on some of the variables that we consider important. So the important, you might be thinking from what perspective? They are intuitively important. From a data science perspective, you always have to talk to business and understand the variables, which they think are important, right? So you always have to do a back and forth with the businesses to get information on the different variables that they think that influence the customer a lot. So we'll now do a visualization and using the Seaborn library, and we'll do a pairs plot on the important variables. Let's look at how do we do that. So now that we have this, let's get the important features. So I have IMP feeds is equals to car insurance. Insurance we have is one feature. Then we have age. Then we have what we call as the balance in the account. Then the next feature is HH insurance. I hope I got the spelling right. The S. Then we have the car loan. Then we have the number of contacts, number of contacts. Then we have days past, days past. Then we have the previous attempts. Okay, so we have the important features here. Now in the next one, what I want to do is draw a pair plot, SNS dot pair plot on the important features. So the data that we have is your insurance data. Let's subset the important features in it, and let's pass some of the parameters which will decide the aesthetics of my of the plot that I'm trying to do. PALETTE is let's say Viridis, VIRIDIS, and then we have the size is equals to 2.5. So this is the size of the plotting window, guys. In order to invoke the plot function, we'll have to import the matplotlib also library. So let's do that. Import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and in order to print my plots here, I'll have to do a percentage matplotlib inline. All right. So there's some error. Okay, there's again a typo. Beg your pardon. We have the important feeds. We have the pair plot. There's a key error. Number of contacts not in the index. NOOF contacts. Okay. Okay. Number of contacts is not in the index. Okay, let me look at the number of contacts. I'll just pick it up from here to avoid any mistakes. Alright, I'll just put this over here. Okay, there was a typo, and plt dot show, I'll have to do to show the plot to me. Again, there's some number of contacts is not in. Okay, so probably I did not execute this. Now let's look at this. The size parameter has been removed. There's error. Key error is car INSURANCE. So guys, please be aware of INSURANCE. Now it should work. Okay, let's give it some time to build the plot. User warning has been named to height. Please update your code. Still executing. We do not have the visualization as of now. Let's wait for some time to see if we get the visualization here. We should get it. It should not take this much amount of time, but since we have a data set which is 4,000 strong, so probably it's taking that much time. Okay, great. So we have a very beautiful looking plot here. Now I'll just enlarge my this thing so you guys can see it well. All right, so there you go. You have the plot. View, toggle toolbar, toggle header. Okay, now it's a better view here, right? So what we have taken here is important variables, right? Like age, balance. We have taken HH insurance, the household insurance, whether the person has it or not. Then we have the car loan. We have number of contacts. We have days past, and we have previous attempts. Now let's look at some of the observations that we can draw from here. Now, from the plot in insurance, what you'll see that the people who are at the higher end here, if you compare these two plots, the one on the right hand side are the people who bought insurance. Now you can see the people on the left did not buy insurance. The people on the right are more at the age of 80 to 100, right? There's a bigger chunk here than the chunk over here. So what we can say here is that elderly people tend to buy insurance, right? They're more likely to buy a car insurance. Now let's look at the balance. We have the balance. Okay, so here the point that you see over here is essentially, so let me first explain how to look at the plot, the pairs plot here, right? So what we are doing here is doing a plot in a matrix form, right? So when you look at this plot, this is the car insurance plot versus your car insurance on the y-axis and your car insurance on the x-axis. That's why you do not see anything over here, because car insurance is a categorical variable. So all these plots on your diagonal windows are basically a plot for one particular type of variable, right? So this one is for days past, right? So it is a histogram sort of a thing that has been drawn here. This one is for number of contacts. So you'll see what we can derive from here is that a lot of people only have just few contacts, like one, or maybe a few of them have two, but multiple contacts is a rare probability, as you can see here in this graph, and so on and so forth. Now, if I pick up this graph, let's say this one, right? So this one tells me the balance versus the age, right? So when we look at age versus balance in this this plot, you'll see that there's an outlier here, right? So this is a point which is blue in color. That means the person did not buy the car insurance, and their balance is really huge. So this is an outlier that we need to consider, and we probably need to take it out while we do some analysis, but because it has a lot of impact on how the model will behave. Sometimes the outliers can influence your model in a very strong and in a way which you don't really want it to do. So what we'll do essentially when we go ahead is probably we'll work around with these outliers and do something about it. And now let's look at the HH insurance, right? So what does the HH insurance tells us? That the households insured are less likely to buy an insurance. Okay, so let's look at this. So we have the HH insurance. We have there's not much we can say about it if we look at from a car insurance perspective, because all we can see is 4 points that are 0 and 1. What we can see here is so this one, there's HH insurance and age, the HH insurance and balance. Okay, so this is HH insurance versus HH insurance. The people So on the right hand side, the HH Insurance probably has, let me see, HH Insurance. Your HH Insurance has a mean of zero point 0.5, the standard deviation is 0.5, minimum is 0 and maximum is 1. So that essentially means that it has only two possible values, that is either 0 or either 1. Now let's look over here, but HH Insurance is basically an integer object. 110, but its value I think only ranges between 0 and 1. So if you look at the HH Insurance over here, and if we look at this graph, what we can see is that people who did not have an insurance, so I'm looking at this graph, right? So let's talk about the HH Insurance, so household insurance. Here, this plot on the left that you see is the people who do not have a household insurance, right? So these people who do not have a household insurance have more people who buy insurance, right? Because remember, green is the one where you can say that people are buying insurance, right? Which is essentially 1, and that's a bigger curve here than the one which is at the 0. So what you can say here for the HH Insurance variable is that people who do not have a household insurance are more likely to buy a car insurance. On the contrary, the people who have a household insurance are less likely to buy a car insurance, as you can see here, right? So this is a smaller curve, the green one, and the blue one is bigger, right? So that is something that we can say about the household insurance. Now let's go ahead and look at car loan, right? So this is the car loan. Now what we are saying here is that the value of people lying over here is really less. So the people with car loan, people who have a car loan, right, which is essentially these guys, are less likely to buy, right? Because the blue curve, which denotes that the person does not have an insurance, is higher here compared to this value, right? Let's go on to the number of days. Number of contacts we have already looked at. Then let's look at days past. So what we see here is that once if you contact a person within the first few days, their probability of buying the car insurance increases, and that increases significantly because you see the green curve here, right? So what we can say about this variable is that when a person is contacted during the initial period, right, just after the campaign, their probability of buying an insurance increases. It starts falling down, and it is very huge. Essentially, it's a very big part. If you look at this part where you can see that the person did not buy, right, the blue line. And previous attempts, what we can say about previous attempts is basically that more previous attempts are less likely to buy. Okay. The more previous attempts, the less likely to buy, because the curve falls flat over here. And also there's a possibility of an outlier because you see a really huge line over here for this one, right?